Oh shit, here we go again.
Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about a character who has his brain in a jar, was born in the People's Republic of China, and ended up being a wildly awesome villain. And of course, we're talking about Dr. Sun. Now, Dr. Sun had his first appearance in the Tomb of Dracula number 16 of October 1973. And his creators were Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan. Now, the neat thing about Dr. Sun is that through all of this, through his whole entire storyline, his identity is kept a complete secret. Now, Dr. Sun was born in the People's Republic of China and became a very important scientist working for the state. He was the mind behind Project Mind, which was aiming to separate a human brain from the rest of the body and then link it to a computer. During the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution of China in 1966, Sun became an enemy of a Chinese general who obtained power and support from the new government. The general accused Sun of stalling the project and arrested him and sentenced him to death. Ironically, he decided that Sun would become a test subject for his own project. Now, a group of doctors, and ironically enough, among them was one of Sun's sons. Now, they stopped Sun's heart, take out his brain without any anesthesia before it could suffer any cell deterioration, and then placed it inside a jar where it would receive oxygen and feeding, and then joined it to a computer network. Now, Sun's brain could now access the electrical energy of the computers and attack the doctors with psionic rays. He had obtained great powers, partially due to his knowledge of the project. Now, it's unclear if a different person would have obtained the same powers, or if Sun's goal was this from the very beginning. Now, Dr. Sun, as a result, gained minor mind control powers, and so he enslaved certain people that would hide his activities from the Chinese authorities. Sun did eventually leave China, however, looking for revenge and world domination. Sun also learned that his brain needed a constant supply of human blood to survive. Now, because of this, he decided to study vampires, who also fed on blood to survive. Now, Sun's study suggested that vampires could be the perfect soldiers, and he wanted to control them and use them as an army, and also to provide him with blood. Sun managed to get a hold of a vampire agent, Lucas Brand, and trade him to fight the most powerful vampire on Earth, Dracula. Now, Sun managed to capture Dracula and tried to transfer Dracula's memories to Brand's brain so that Brand could control the vampires. However, Brand was defeated by Dracula, who still retained his memories, and then Dracula fought Sun. Sun then killed Brand, but both Sun and Dracula survived, marking the beginning of the rivalry between them. Unbeknownst to Dracula, Sun had initiated a process to transfer Dracula's powers to himself. He needed a specific machine to do so, retreating as time would be on his side. Sun moved to Boston, Massachusetts, and hired a new minion, Juno, a man who had a silver lance instead of a left hand. Now, once in Boston, Sun had Dracula's enemies, Frank Drake, Quincy Harker, and Rachel Van Helsing, brought to him by Juno. Harker discovered the machine Sun was using to get Dracula's powers and destroyed it, stopping the transfer, although Sun still retained the previously drained power. Finally, Dracula was brought to Sun by Juno as well, but the vampire lord was weakened. Dracula then fights Juno, but was defeated and stabbed. Sun incinerated Dracula's body so he would not be accidentally resurrected. However, once this was accomplished, he allowed Drake and his companions to go. Sun thought Drake would come back with soldiers to fight him, which was exactly what he wanted. Precisely when the soldiers came, Sun used Dracula's hypnotic powers empowered by technology to control the minds of the soldiers. He had basically created the core of his army, which would increase with the same method. Now Drake and Van Helsing found an ally in writer Harold H. Harold. The three of them raided Sun's base to recover Dracula's ashes. They had to resurrect him to fight Sun, which was a greater threat. Now when resurrected, Dracula recovered all of his powers at the maximum level, although Sun did not lose his. Now Dracula fought him again, accidentally destroying his own computers and the case containing his brain. Drake, Dracula, and other witnesses saw a brain burning in a fire, and all of them believed that it was Sun's. However, Sun had beheaded Juno and left Juno's brain visible so that they would believe him dead. He then teleported his real brain to a different base. Now at this new base, Sun built a new robot body to house his brain, and afterwards, Sun found superhero Nova and discovered his secret identity as student Richard Rider. Further research allowed Sun to discover Nova Prime, a Xandarian starship orbiting Earth. Sun captured Nova and threatened him so that both of them could be teleported to the ship. Sun had hoped that he could use the computers within the ship to take over the world. However, the supervillain Sphinx appeared and took control of the ship and took it to planet Xandar. Dr. Sun then escaped from the ship, reaching the planet where he projected his consciousness to the computer network of Xandar. Now the Fantastic Four go to Xandar and meet with the Xandarians, who had created a hyperlink between their computers and Herbie, a robot that was created by Mr. Fantastic. Sun then transferred his consciousness to Herbie and went back to Earth with the Fantastic Four. He found that he had more mobility than before, as well as a chance to kill the Fantastic Four and steal the Sphinx's power. Sun then remained dormant inside the robot, only acting out from time to time. Now during a pit stop during their trip back to Earth, the Fantastic Four fought Spider-Man-like aliens, and one of them climbed aboard the ship. Dr. Sun killed the alien, but then acted ignorant, saying that he was not programmed to end life. He also went with the Fantastic Four to recruit Terrax as a Herald of Galactus, but Terrax attacked the Fantastic Four. Now Sun uses this moment to sneak away in order to formulate a master plan. Now during a battle with the Sphinx, Sun gladly accepts Reed Richards' orders in taking the thing's body to the Baxter Building while the Fantastic Four were busy with the fight. With everything now falling into place for him, he now had the Herbie body and total control of the Baxter Building, and none of them suspected anything. Sun then enacts his plan to destroy the Fantastic Four. First, he would release Blastar from the negative zone. Now, Blastar was defeated, but the damage was already done. Dr. Sun attacked the Fantastic Four himself in the Herbie body. Now he defeated Reed Richards and the Thing with Herbie's weapons, and brought down the Invisible Woman and the Human Torch with the compromised weapon systems of the Baxter Building. Sun then transferred his consciousness to the main building's computer, as he wanted to use the systems in the Baxter Building to destroy the Fantastic Four. However, using his pliable body, Reed Richards secretly sealed the main computer from any other system. Sun was now trapped. He could either stay in that particular computer or go to the Herbie robot, but nothing else. Now Herbie, the original, understood that Dr. Sun could possess him again at any time, and then attack the Fantastic Four. Heroically, Herbie charged on the computer, destroying it, and himself in the process. Apparently, Sun's consciousness stopped existing from that very moment on. Now, as far as powers and abilities go with Dr. Sun has psionic power that can allow him to project concussive blasts. Dr. Sun's psionic power also gives him the ability to control the minds of almost anyone. He even developed technology on his own that would increase the number of minds that he would be able to control at one particular time. Sun could transfer his consciousness to or from any computer system complex enough to store it. This also gives him a sort of form of virtual immortality, as he could leave backup copies of himself that can be activated upon death. Now, due to his computer improved brain, Dr. Sun has shown great skill understanding any new language. Before he was ever Dr. Sun, he was a doctor of medicine and also a very skilled engineer. This comes in handy when he eventually makes a robot body for himself. Now, once his brain was transplanted, he was considered a bio-vampire, meaning Dr. Sun must provide his brain with fresh human blood every 24 hours or it would die. Now, he was capable enough to create a working cyborg body all on his own to hold his brain and provide him with some layers of protection. Apparently, the body was made of very strong alloys, as it took a gracious amount of damage at times and didn't seem to have any wear afterwards. Now, as far as we're concerned about this character, how is or was this guy not more popular? Seriously, he's creepy, scary, has a messed up backstory, and hits all the marks of a villain wanting revenge type character. This unlucky soul is proof that even the comic book lifestyle isn't always peaches and cream, and everyone doesn't always get to live or get brought back to life every time. Dr. Sun is a pretty good villain in our opinion, and we sincerely hope to see more of him one day. Anyway, you guys have a good night, a great morning, an awesome evening. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. Go down to the comment section down below. Let us know what you think about this video, as well as maybe write down a character that you would like us to talk about, and we'll see if we can't make it happen. As always, Excelsior.
Hello, monkeys!